Hello, Naina. Welcome.
Hi, how are
You can hear
you?
me clearly. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So,
Yeah.
guys, today is the session for you to ask your questions, get your doubts cleared as far as health, nutrition, food, everything is concerned. Because we have so many things out there, we have so many conceptions. So it's time to like know the truth behind all of that we've heard till now. Okay, so Naina, let's
Yeah.
start by talking about the most important thing which is there in the market right now. We have these really low calorie foods which are there, and that is more towards the weight loss, topic of weight loss, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are contemplating whether they should be going for it or whether they should not be going for it. So your take on all of these food products which are available in the market these days?
So this is something that, while even when we're I'm especially consulting a lot of clients, they, come back saying that, Arey, but this is low fat. Can I just have this?
Yeah.
One of the misconceptions usually, a lot of people think it's healthy, but you have to understand that the market is such that it has to sell its products, and it concentrates on that one weakness that you might be having. So for example, if you're
True.
looking at low fat, it will tell you that, go ahead and have a low fat food. This is low fat, or low carb food, or low calorie food, or no sugar food. But in
Okay.
order to just showcase that one aspect of that certain food product, it has actually a lot of other things that your body is not really going to be happy with. So a lot of preservatives goes in it, or in order to improve or increase the shelf life, it often is added with a lot of other things like, salt, sugar, oil in some or the other way. So there are chances that if it says it's a low fat, but in order to compensate the taste of the food, there might be a little more of sugar or salt involved in it. So you do not know how is it going to be. So if you
Yeah.
have food with you which is easily accessible, which is natural, something that you can cook in your kitchen, please go ahead with that and keep these things as the last resort, because there are a lot of other hidden things that you do not know of.
Yes, and also the fact that in the kitchen we exactly know what is going behind it.
Exactly.
So we never really bother checking the ingredients or what exactly goes into it and the amount of processing which happens. In order
Yeah.
to make it a healthy substitute, there's a lot of processing which goes behind these things. So we never
Yeah.
really know that in the longer run. So my major concern is what do these products do to the body in the longer run? So maybe in a 1 year period you see the results, you lose weight, you become all slim and beautiful, but then after 1 year what? And can you rely on them for like the rest of your life?
Exactly. As I said, it is going to be very short-sighted. So the choice of products that you are making at this point of time is actually going to help you probably get that few inches or few kgs in place for for that shorter 1 month, 2 months duration. But after that, your body might have deprived itself of a lot of nutrition which you do not know of because you relied on
Yes.
these food packets. Secondly, there are a lot of things, which you do not know, but it has some of the other side effect over the period of years. So probably now your body took it, but later you do not know how is it going to come back to you. So it's always wise, especially, and also, these things, these food products, or for that matter, these healthy hotels or restaurants, they claim that they're going to give you healthy food. But
Yeah.
on in my personal experience, a lot of them, they actually go ahead and they like to pre-plan, obviously, because they have a big batch to make. So they always pre-plan, which means a lot
Pre-plan
of
it.
cutting and a lot of dressings and everything that is made, which is 24 hours, 48 hours back,
Oh God.
done. So you do not
True.
know the nutritive value is completely lost. Though the ingredient looks healthy, but the nutrition amount that is there in it, it's a big question.
Yes. And how does it impact the digestive system? So after having these products, if I switch back to my normal meals, so do you think there is a problem because your digestive system kind of adapts to the new kind of food which you have been eating? And then when you are switching back to natural foods, so is it a problem as far as the digestive system is concerned?
Well, I think your mind adapts to it rather than your digestive
Okay.
system, because once you start, you start eating it, there's no way of coming back, or it requires a lot of dedication, determination to go back to natural eating.
Natural
So I
food,
think
yeah.
that is one aspect that really makes a lot of difference. And yes, in fact, you must have observed, I mean, I'm assuming that, all the people who are watching us, that whenever there have been times when you've binged eaten, or you've eaten that one packet of
That's
wafers when
fun.
you were
That's fun.
watching TV, you don't realize, but you probably at the age of when you're young, you don't really realize it. But as you kind of you reach 25, 28, 30, 35, your body starts feeling that bloaty, that feeling of bloat, that weird
True.
feeling, gassy feeling, or you don't feel hungry so often, which otherwise used to happen. So yes, your digestive system is constantly changing, it's constantly trying to adapt. So definitely you will see a lot of difference. In fact, from worse to good, when you're going to, you'll definitely see that difference. And when you're going the other way around, you'll definitely feel that, oh shit, what did I do to myself? So definitely the body's changing all the time, so is your digestive system.
Okay, that was interesting because, see, a lot of times what happens is people are so desperate to reduce weight. So, as a
Yeah.
yoga trainer, I come across this so many times that although we're doing yoga, although we are, okay, we have somebody saying something, flexibility increase करने के लिए practice के साथ खाने पीने का में क्या लेना चाहिए. So, first we'll address this question that along with the workout, how important is food and what kind of food should be eaten to have a
Improve the
good body
flexibility.
and improve the flexibility of the body. Yeah.
So ideally, one of the things that, of course, practice is one of the major things that plays an important role. The second thing that is very important is a lot of people kind of let go of ensuring that, the water intake somewhere is compromised.
Yes.
Water is something that obviously cleanses your body, but at the same time, it has a very, very big role in terms of improving your flexibility, because it's going to keep your muscles supple, because your muscles are actually 70% water.
Water.
So
Right.
obviously your body is 60 to 70% water, and your muscles as well is majorly water. So when you actually lose out on your weight, that is the first thing that affects your weighing scale, shows that you've lost a lot of weight. Also, when you're trying to be more flexible, it's important that your muscles are very, flexible. So the water composition is very, very,
So
very important.
hydration is very important. Yeah.
Very important. The second aspect, that a lot of people kind of ignore is the fact that, overeating and that the drastic extreme eating patterns kind of also makes a lot of difference in your body composition and, the flexibility. So what happens is, whenever you're trying to practice, or you practicing, or you have your routine when you have to practice your yoga, or this thing, one of the things that usually people land up doing is they either 2 hours, 3 hours back before they eat, and they binge eat, or they probably eat to an extent where they've overeaten. So that
Yes.
time, what happens is, when they're practicing, you start feeling that discomfort while you're practicing, because it affects, it affects your body's practice. So it's always important that you make sure your portion sizes are always controlled, and especially just before you've practiced, that meal is something that you really want to make sure, and you've not overeaten, and you've eaten a balanced meal. These are the two aspects very important if you want to improve your flexibility.
So I have a question related to this. So as you must be knowing that in yoga we talk about doing the early yoga practice, asana practice on an empty stomach. So how is that beneficial and what are the like side effects of that if at all there is anything? So doing your yoga asana practice empty stomach.
I think that you will be, in terms of early and late, I think you will be the better person to say that. But as far as the food is concerned, I think uh, it's always advisable, because whenever you're practicing yoga, especially, and because it includes a lot of twisting and,
Twisting,
a lot of,
yes.
exactly, a lot of forward bends and backward bends, a lot of these torsion related poses, it's very important that your stomach is empty at that point of time. And that is why
Because
yeah,
the reason I ask this question is because my personal experience has been that the yoga practice is wonderful when you do it empty stomach. So
absolutely.
what's important is to regulate your mind, because it is your mind which will keep telling you that okay, I should eat first. So
Yes,
that hunger is not really hunger in terms of the body, it is what your mind keeps on telling you. So as long
exactly.
as you can take care of that, I think early morning practice with an empty stomach has a lot of benefits because you feel a lot lighter. So as you mentioned, the bloating feeling or the gassy feeling, it is not there, and it just helps you get ready for the entire day. So energy wise also,
Absolutely.
it helps you a lot more if you're doing your yoga practice on an empty stomach, as long as you can convince yourself that you are not hungry and you stay focused on your mat. So that is one important
Absolutely.
thing.
Or for that matter, I think even like a small fruit, like a juicy or a water fruit, something that if you really
Easy
want to
to
introduce
digest,
to a
yes.
person, exactly, a person who really eats, like I'm somebody who gets up and needs something to eat. So you can probably include just one small fruit, and I think that is also good enough if you're practicing. It doesn't really acts as a hinder or whenever you're
True.
practicing.
Okay, so Shreyas is good to see you, Nana. He feels good to see you after a long time. Okay. That was great. So that was a good question actually.
Yeah.
And moving to the next question, it is all these kind of fancy diets, all these kinds of fat diets which are
Yeah.
there. How do they affect the body? Because in the short run, I have seen people.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. I've seen people who have, got good results, but again, it's a very short term thing. And I have also seen people put on weight after they switch back to their regular diets. So, what about these fat diets or these, things which people believe that will help them lose weight? So, how does that affect the body?
So, this is something that I tell everybody who asks a certain diet works or doesn't work, is the fact that is it going to be sustainable? Because if again the
True.
whole point of wanting to lose weight or getting look, trying to look in a certain way, the the only objective is to get healthy. It's just that we have probably put in a materialistic tag to it saying that I need to weigh a certain pounds or I need to
True.
look a certain way. The essence of getting onto a diet is ideally to be healthy. And when I say you need to eat healthy, it doesn't have to come in a packet of diet. It doesn't have to be said that I'm on a diet in order to be healthy. It has to be something that is absolutely sustainable. And sustainable, as I said, fat diets are just something that are short term, something that is restricting nutrition. So whenever you go on a fat diet, especially, you restrict a lot of things from your diet. You get these keto diet, for example.
That's the
A
most
keto
famous
diet,
one.
yeah, and keto diet is something that you concentrate on the fat aspect, you can concentrate on the protein aspect, and probably some micronut. If the person is sane or a person who's given that diet is absolutely aware of what he or she is doing, they'll probably give you multivitamins. But for how long are you going to stay on a keto? First, you go on a restrictive diet because of these fat diets, and you restrict yourself from getting those nutrition that is absolutely important to get your normal
Necessary for
processes.
our body.
And the second thing is that you're not going to be with that diet for a very long time. So don't do something that requires a change. Why not just do something that you can do forever?
And that brings me to the next thing, is most of
Hmm.
the times people don't even see what their body actually requires. So
Yeah.
without even understanding so maybe I could be having a deficiency somewhere. So how important it is to actually get a checkup, like to find out what is the composition in my body regarding the muscle or the bone density. So how important it is to find out these things first before just jumping into any kind of a strictly regulated diet which is just going to cut out on the fat or anything of that sort. So how important it is to find out what exactly your body requires before
Hmm.
you have any kind of diet, or just because you want to reduce weight. So
Yeah.
that's usually what happens.
So ideally, one of the things, usually we, as dietitians also, one of the things that we use is a body composition machine, which kind of
Exactly.
determines the fat composition and the muscle composition in your body. So on that basis, you can always, refer somebody like a dietitian or some fitness professional who is really well versed with the diet aspect and can ask that kind of help where they can help you, design the whole plan for you. However, if you're not somebody who want to go to a fitness professional and you're completely fine, you feel fine. The very first aspect is that you need to feel fine. When you're not is the time when you actually go to get a blood checkup done. So that is one of the aspects that you need to consider when to go and when not to go. And as far as your fat composition, if you do not really want to go and get it checked on a machine or something, visual appearance is good enough. When I say visual, it doesn't have to be that you have to be a certain size to look thin or fat or be fat or thin. But the idea is that visually, you come to know when you have composite fat composition on your body. You can very easily make out then what is the time when you pinching, if you
The
pinching a
pinching
certain
test,
part
yeah.
of your body, exactly, and you can have a lot of skin, you get a lot of a lot of area of your skin that comes
Fat,
within
yeah.
between the two fingers, which means your fat composition is on a higher side. However, if that is on a lower side, which means you don't really have to worry and your muscle composition is absolutely fine. So that is one of the very thing that you can do. You don't really have to rely on a machine to tell you that this is what your fat composition is, unless you are at that level where you really need to understand, probably you're an athlete or probably you are trying to get ripped for a competition. At that level, it becomes really important to
Different, yeah.
understand even that extra carbohydrate that going into your body. But apart from that, I
Yes.
don't think you really need to go to a machine. You yourself will be a better judge of knowing whether you
Understand.
have fat or not on your body.
Nice. Okay, so that is more about the fat diets. Anything
Yeah.
else? Like keto is the famous one. Keto is the most famous one. And I was just reading about it right now. So the long-term effects of keto diet on your liver, on your pancreas. So this is also something which people should read about first before just, going into it.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
apart from keto diet, anything else which people come to you with, like you're a dietitian, so you must be having people who come to you with, like this is what you are following, it's not been working. So apart from the keto diet, is there anything like which people do to especially reduce weight?
So one of the things that, one of the aspects that I really need to stress on is the fact that, we've got so many so much of resource on online. So you actually land
Exactly.
up Googling a lot. It be about food, it might be about a medicine nowadays, it might be about something that will help you reduce a certain inch. But the whole idea is that it is there as a you need to understand what source is it coming from, number one. So if you're doing a
How
research and if
authentic
you're
it is,
going
yes.
online, you need to understand what is the source of it and whether it is reliable or not. If it is not, I think you really need to get help or an advice from a fitness professional who will be in the position to give you that guidance. If not, it is as good as, you actually go online and you check a side effect of a certain medicine and there are horrendous things that comes up. You do not know. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
really
like
there, but
Google
there
doctors.
exactly. So why do you want to do that? And if you do not see results, I think it is very important that instead of just going, because eating healthy and what your body needs, they're two different things. While we might be eating all the healthy foods, but still, if you're not seeing results, it's time for you to consult somebody or get an advice from somebody who will give you that sane advice and with
Right.
all the science back, what are all the backing of science, because
Science, yeah.
um, people do not ask questions, they just follow. So as somebody who comes to you as for an advice, for that matter, even you must be doing it. If somebody is actually
True.
explaining you
All
a
the
certain pose,
time.
you actually tell them that you do it because it's this, you
Yeah.
breathe out because it's this reason, you breathe in at this point of time because of this reason. So people have stopped asking, they just follow it. So this is what I urge everybody who come, that always get your facts from right source. It needs to be authentic. And if you do not understand why a certain person has said a no to a certain thing, please go ahead and question and ask, because that is your right, because ultimately you are going to decide what is good or bad for your own body. This is very
True.
important.
Yes, yes. No, but I think that is very true because a lot of times people don't ask these questions, but it is something which they deserve to know, as you rightly said.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing, okay? As a yoga trainer, I get this asked all the time, okay? I can't emphasize on how many times people have actually said this. We have been doing yoga. we see that our body is toning, we see the difference in our body, but we are not losing weight. Okay, so we feel better, we feel more flexible, we feel more active, we feel that our movements have improved, we feel the ease in movements, but the weight is not reducing. So,
Yeah.
more on that. I'm
That's
sure even
very
you get that
common.
all the
Yeah,
time.
that's very common. And it is okay, as I said, it's okay if the machine doesn't give you right numbers. It is about how you feel, as you rightly said, how you feel and how yourself, because a lot of times what happens is the person is losing inches, but there's nothing on the scale. The only difference is that you're losing fat, which is supposed to be lighter. So even if you've lost like few grams, but at the same time, simultaneously, if you're putting on a little bit of muscles, you will not see the weight difference. Go on the fact that, if you're losing out on inches, you're feeling better, great. That's the first sign of feeling good and getting healthy. And the second bit is that over the period of time, if you see that you're shrinking, like your inches are going away, that is the second thing. Do not rely on the weighing machine.
Yeah,
That is not
never.
the right signal or the right thing to rely on. Trust me.
Yes, that's something which keeps coming to me. And so this just brings in another very famous question that we're not fat otherwise. So people just come and tell me that they're not fat otherwise, but they have a lot of belly fat, which is just not going. And there is this big misconception that when you lose weight, like when you do ab exercises, you are not just working on that specific, although you are toning that area, but in terms of fat reduction or weight reduction, it has to be the entire body. It is never going to
Yes,
be that, okay, you will only reduce, fat from one
true.
specific area. And this is very common. People come to you, they tell you that, okay, I'm reducing weight from all, my legs are like much more, like they're lean compared to before, my shoulders are toning up, but then it's just not the belly fat which is just not going. So more on that, because people do
Well,
believe that they can actually
yes, it's
reduce
absolutely there.
one area of their body.
Yes, it's absolutely true. A lot of people think, but let me tell you, there is nothing called spot reduction. There is nothing about, if you're doing more abs, you're going to have a better waistline. It's not like that. There is something called as, the body works in this first in, first out, first in, last out.
Yeah,
So our body, especially with respect to fat, the first in, but it's actually going to be the last place from where you lose the fat.
lose
That is
fat.
how the body usually works. So you might be seeing that difference, once you start workout and you are actually regular with it, you start seeing your arms being getting better, your legs toning up. However, since waist is something that you probably put on weight first, that will be the last place
It's
from
the
where you
last
lose the
to
weight.
go.
So do not
So we
stop
need to
in
be
the middle. If you
patient for
stop in,
that.
yes, and if you stop in the middle, you're going to stop seeing the results and you'll again start seeing it from your arms and then your legs and then in your waist. So always make sure that you're consistent and there is nothing called a spot reduction. If you have started, continue with it for you to see that difference at your belly fat. And second reason, if you're seeing a lot of belly fat, there are chances that you have some kind of hormonal imbalance or you're absolutely sedentary. You probably do just 1 hour of exercise, but there is no activity or there is no movement throughout the day. So if these are the two possible reasons. So you get yourself checked, which one is yours, and accordingly take action.
So now that we're talking about this, I actually have so many questions coming to my mind because when I talk to clients, so you get this all the time. As
Yeah.
you mentioned that you must be doing your workout regime for 1 hour and then, the entire sedentary
Yeah.
life follows. So what would you rate as better? Working out for 1 hour or having shorter durations, like for instance 15 minutes of strolling around, or maybe after you are done with your lunch, after some time in the evening again you do some 30 minutes of working out, and in the morning. So would you recommend like working out for shorter durations, more number of times in a day, or just 1 hour straight in the morning and you are done for the day?
But as I said, has to be a combination of movement and activity. A lot of people, in fact, are seen to be working out for 1.5, 2 hours at one go, and then they are done. but they don't see the results. The simple reason is that, the body, there's something called as basal metabolic. So there are various ways by which body burns. And at a basal level, your body keeps burning calories just while you're just simply moving or just when you're a little
Okay.
active. So when you're not and when you're sitting, you're actually losing out the opportunity to lose a lot of calories. So it's always ideal, as far as what I suggest to the people who are trying to always do these short courses of activities if possible. And if you are somebody who really wants to get done at once for the day and done, you just do 30 minutes of workout probably, and for the entire day make sure that you're moving. Like, you just sit on the computer and then for 4 hours,
It won't
5 hours,
help.
you
It
just
won't
sitting in
help.
front of it. It won't help, and plus you'll get a bad spine. And spine is something that is actually going to keep you young forever. Like, even when you're old, and if you've got a flexible spine,
You are
you
healthy.
feel young. Exactly. So that is very important. It's not only the aspect is not only to lose weight, but it is also about the fact that how your body is actually aging throughout with whatever habits that you keep every single day. So it's always advisable to keep moving. And if you're not somebody who's a workout person, you can probably put in like 10 minutes, 5 minutes of something that is happening every few hours, and that is
Yeah, that
also
will be
fine.
more effective. That will be more effective.
Exactly.
Even
True, true.
in my personal experience, that has been the case. So wonderful. This was a great discussion. So people who are with us right now, if you all have any questions, you all have any doubts, please, feel free to just write in the comment section and we'll be more than happy to answer. So the next thing is your own brand. Okay, so you are having your own brand wherein you post a lot of content regarding nutrition and health, and your
Yeah.
Instagram page is also very active. So more about your own brand wherein you actually help people, you guide people to reduce weight, not only reduce weight but get healthy and fit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
about your own brand.
So my brand name is Fat to Fit, which basically is about making the whole journey of fitness and health fun. You just add a little bit of fun element to whatever workout or whatever health
That's so nice.
regime that you're following. And the products that we've made, all of them have been designed. They're all patented products, patent pending products, and they're just, something like you're playing deck of cards. The way you play your cards, it's exactly like that, and you can actually use them as making your own diet plans,
Wow.
because the whole idea is to make it sustainable. We want to empower everybody rather than just giving services for a shorter duration of time, because this is something that is going to be with you till the time you are on this earth. So the whole idea is to make it fun, because people think that it's monotonous to be on a diet, and it's monotonous whenever you're trying to attain a healthy this thing.
Yeah.
So this is how we try from through this brand to make it fun, and we give it to all the consumers or corporates, whoever is looking at it from that perspective. We provide those services to them.
Yes, and now about the challenge which is coming up in the month of August. Okay, that is a beautiful, it's an innovative
Yeah.
concept, I must say.
Yeah, and I'm
So,
super
more about
excited
that.
with it. And yeah, Archita is also with us on that
Yes.
challenge. So we're starting with that challenge from 1st of August, and we are going to be there with you for 28 days. And we'll be sharing, Archita will be there sharing all the fitness and yoga related activities, and I'll be sharing all the
Yes.
diet related challenges
So,
that
we
you're
have a
supposed to follow.
combination coming up.
Yes, yes, and you're definitely going to see some results if you're true to yourself and you are going to stick to those 28 days challenges. Um, you also
Surely
are
you'll see
getting
the
a
results.
chance.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely. If you're going to see that, I have seen amazing results with that with my clients. I have just simplified, and Archita's tried to, simplify it in such a way that you are able to do it even after 28 days. It's as simple
Yes,
as that. It's
it
just a
has
way
to
of
be
life that we've
sustainable.
tried to
Yeah,
put
yeah,
in.
true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we
So,
have a question from Shreyas here. So we
hmm,
might just take that up. So we have few theories about the breakfast. Okay. Now some say that it is important and some say it isn't needed. Okay, that's a good question because we always keep hearing about breakfast. Some say that
yeah.
it is important, some say that it's okay to skip it. So what about the breakfast?
So I wouldn't say that. breakfast is important, but I definitely say that what you eat first thing in the morning is very important because your body has been in that mode of, fasting mode for quite a few hours. So when
Yes.
you get up, you really need that instant energy that can give you, that energy for you to sustain and to carry out those basic activities of your body. So what you eat that time is very important. Breakfast, a lot of people do not prefer, but if you are including something every few hours, so if you've had something empty stomach and then after 2 hours you include something small again, that's fine too. So it's not important that you have a full-fledged breakfast, but if you're including something every few hours, that's fine too. Every individual is different. Everybody has different habits, but always make
True.
sure that you do not starve because that will always lead to binge eating. So if you're skipping a breakfast,
Yes.
always make sure that you have something every 2 hours till you go, till you reach your timing of lunch. That's what I always suggest because everybody, a lot of people have a night shift. A lot of people have a daily 9 to 5 shift. A lot of people are busy in the first half of the day. So it's fine. Everybody is individual, but always make sure you do not starve. You always have every few hours to keep you energetic throughout the day.
Because the last thing you want is to starve from the morning till lunch and then binge eat when you are having your lunch. So
Exactly.
that is
That is what
something that
happened.
should not happen. That
Yeah,
usually
and that is
happens
what
with
happened
people.
with Indians, especially during the dinner time, because they've not eaten really, and then dinner is the time when they actually sit and eat to the heart's content.
Yes, but which should ideally be the time where you eat the lightest meal. So that is the most preferable thing. Now
Yeah.
we have one more question. Can one lose weight by just eating right and no workout? Okay,
Well, as I
interesting.
said, it is not about just losing weight. It is about being healthy. So you might have lost weight. Like I think this is one example that I want to share. Like, um, I remember going for a trek, and within a few days, I was in a position where I couldn't climb more. And that is the time when I realized that I really need to do something about my fitness levels. So it's not really
Okay.
about the fact, and I've always been somebody
Yes.
who's always had a decent structure, like a body structure. I've not really ever looked overweight or fat, and that's just the structure. But then the question that I am not climb up further after a few days. So that is what's more important to see. You might be eating right, you might be eating healthy, but if you're not working out, you're actually not challenging your body to take up those physical challenges that you might later. And then God save you. And yeah, that's about it. So no,
Yes. So again, this
eating
brings
healthy is
that
not.
it again brings us to the same point that being slim is not equivalent to being healthy.
Not at all.
So there
Not
are
at all. And I
different,
think that
two
was the
different
time
things.
when I also had a realization and I thought that, what is the point of looking slim if I can't do this? This is not done.
So
And
you
that
need
was
the
the time
basic
when I
amount of stamina in your body.
exactly, and that was the time when I stopped looking at the weight. I stopped looking at the weight at that time.
Yes. So Shreyas is asking us, what's your take on intermittent fasting? Okay, that's a famous thing happening these days as well, wherein people are starving for longer durations
Yeah.
and eating in one short span
Which
of
is
time.
fine, I think. Intermittent fasting, ideally, the whole essence of it is to give time to your body to repair. That
Yes.
whole idea of fasting, for that matter, in general, was to cleanse your body. So, intermittent fasting ideally is that if you're doing it, it's completely fine. But understand that if you're intermittent fasting, there is a certain way of breaking that fast. And at the same time, you need to ensure that what you're eating throughout the day is not unhealthy because there's no point if you're not eating for 16 hours and then in a span of 8 hours you actually land up eating anything and everything under the earth is not under the sun is not something that we want. So
Right.
make sure that you eating right, and I'm completely in for intermittent because you're giving your body to rest
Time,
and
yes.
repair. Yes, exactly, which we
In
want,
fact,
which
it
we
is
don't
pretty
get.
beneficial. I have like
Yes.
personally like encountered people who feel that they feel more focused, they feel more, active. So there's nothing wrong with fasting as long as the things which you eat are, good and healthy for your
Absolutely.
body.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have one more question. This was a question one of my friends asked me. So I'm just putting that across. How important is sleep when you are trying to reduce weight or when you're trying to, lose fat? So how important is that?
Very important, very important. In
But
fact, I had one.
how often do people neglect that? So they'll do everything, they'll work out, they'll eat right, but they'll not rest enough. So
Yes.
how does that
In
work?
fact, I will share an example experience with one of my clients who has always been a health conscious, and he's always eaten right. He's exercised an hour,
Okay.
45 minutes an hour every single day, no matter where he is. But at the same time, after so many years of following, he had not seen any results. And we had this chat at the first time when we met. And the first thing I told him, I think you need to get your sleep right, because he was working out. Um, and he actually he used to travel a lot between US and
Okay.
India, because of which his sleep patterns were
Sleep
completely
pattern was
gone.
disturbed, yeah.
And he was working in the night because it was US timings and everything. And after a few months after we had this chat, he came back saying that, Naina, whatever I had not seen, whatever results I had not seen after eating healthy, I am seeing them now because I've
Wow.
actually corrected my sleeping patterns just by doing that. So do not underestimate, because your body is actually repairing and building up the muscles in case you're working out. Everything. Body is basically like in that sanitization mode, how we say. Similarly, it's in that mode where it's cleaning up everything in your body while you're sleeping. So do not underestimate that, and set up a routine pattern. Like if you're somebody who sleeps at 11, stick to 11. If you're somebody who sleeps at 1, stick to 1, but always make sure
Fixed
that you have
timing,
a
yeah.
good, yes,
Fixed
fixed
timing.
timing is very important, because we don't have a lot of people, because we are working, we do not have that under control, that we'll sleep at 10 and we'll get up at 5. So at least
True.
get a fixed pattern in place so that your body is at least attuned to that.
Right, and the importance of you realizing how much sleep is good enough for you. So basically, I have never believed that the fixed pattern that you have, like 8 hours of sleep or
Yeah,
7 hours of sleep. So I think it mainly depends upon what kind of work you do. So if you're doing something which is physically taxing, so maybe you will require more
yeah,
sleep. And
yeah,
it just depends upon finding out what is the right and adequate amount of sleep for each individual. So it's not
absolutely.
something which everybody will have the same number of hours.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
not like that. Okay.
true.
Again, with sleep, there is one interesting thing that a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know, you will during the week you do not really sleep as per your requirement, and then on Sunday you tend to
Agree.
sleep a lot. So does that really help, or is it more beneficial to have that fixed number of hours each day rather than just waiting for that one day? Because that can also lead to laziness. So you
Yeah,
feel that okay, you get up late, you get up at 11. You are supposed to feel more active. You should be, because you're well rested. But you feel like, on the contrary, you feel lazy and you feel
yeah,
not in the mood to do anything. So how does that work?
absolutely. So I think the whole essence, I think everything, there's something called a circadian rhythm. There is something
True.
called as nature's cycle. Everything works in a certain, a certain tandem motion, certain cycle, and it's very important to adhere to that. Your body will take in that thing probably now, but few years down the line, it will start showing in some of the other symptoms. So it is as good as saying that let me not eat for 5 days and let me compensate it for the next 2 days. That's what you're
But
doing to your body with
we don't
respect to
think in
sleep.
terms of that. We don't think of it in terms
Exactly.
of that.
Exactly. So that is how it is. Your body really needs rest. You can't imagine what it is doing while it's sleeping. And if you're not doing it, you're preventing your body to rest out whatever is there for those 5 days. So no, I think that is the worst thing to do. Even if you can sleep like for 6 hours, that's fine, but do not, do not
Cut
unfollow that
down, yeah.
rhythm that you
True.
have.
Right, so that was interesting. That sleep thing just came in my mind because, one of my friends asked me about it, and
Hmm.
it was a good discussion to have. Okay, anything more you would like to add about what are the myths which exist in the nutrition industry, or something which you hear all the time, and you would like to clear some air as to how exactly things work? So, anything else that you would like to add? Or like general
Um,
advice for people who are wanting to have a good, like, healthy life?
the only thing, as I said before, that one aspect is very important, and that is questioning and getting your facts right. Because if you do
Right.
that, half your battle is won. And after that, it's only about identifying what your body needs and going as per that. And the second aspect, I think even Archita, you will agree to, and that is mindfulness and being aware about the things. And that is
Exactly.
exactly what we also talk about, you know, in
Talk
terms
about,
of
yeah.
portion sizes. When we talk about, as a dietitian, we give you a portion size, but actually you yourself need to understand how much, what your body needs. So it's very important that you start listening to your body
Own body,
rather
yeah.
than listening to somebody outside to tell you what you have to eat and what you have to do. I think
Right.
that's all about
And
common sense and about
yes,
listening,
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
else.
yeah. And just how you feel, like even if you feel that you're not eating the best things, but if it's working for you, then I think it means that it's working for you. Because the first
Exactly.
indication is your body itself will, tell you. We have one more question. Is whey protein powder recommended? Okay. So that's again more about supplements here.
Yeah. So it is, frankly, it is as the name suggests, it's a supplement. So only, and if you feel that the requirement is not being met through your normal food, is the time when you can go ahead and have it. Nothing against it. It's only that when the person goes over and above its normal requirement is the time when it converts. You know, in fact, it's true that when you overeat, whatever you eat, it's actually going to convert into fat and get stored in your body.
Stored
So
in your
whey
body.
protein, because it's so easily absorbed in the body, this is one of the trickiest things to have if you do not know how much and what to have, because this will instantly, if your body doesn't require, will convert it into fat immediately, and you will not really see the results that you're seeking. So only, and if you feel that your workouts demand it, is the time when you do it. It doesn't mean that every time you work out you'll need it. It's a very tricky thing
Right.
to to figure out
So
how
basically,
much. And
it's just a supplement. You cannot substitute it. It's not a substitute for anything or the dietary protein that you have in your food.
yeah,
So that is it. So I hope that she's answered all the questions, because according to me, I think Naina, you have just answered everything so beautifully and so logically. That is important. You've given
yeah,
the reasons, you've given the facts, you've shared your experiences, and the session has been amazing. So I'm so excited to start this challenge with you, because I think weight loss is something which a lot of people are aiming at. And, I personally don't recommend people to be on strict diets or to follow anything very strictly, because I believe that we eat also, like that also has an effect on our psychology. So
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
just the
absolutely.
body that we eat for, it's also for the mind. So
Yeah,
starving is anyway not something which I recommend, and I love the fact that we are both on the same page as far as that is concerned.
yeah, and
So
that
we'll
is
be
why,
starting with our challenge. Yeah.
yeah, so that is why anybody who is looking at, getting on to this fat loss challenge, along with attaining fitness, as I said earlier, can, just follow us
Join
and
in. Yes.
follow us on Fat to Fit, Archita, either of the two accounts, and start following it. And towards the end of the 28 days, you can always share how you felt about it.
Yes. Right. So it is basically result oriented as well. So we
Yes.
want you to see the results. We want it to be tangible and we want you to feel good. So even if you're not really targeting weight loss, still it is something that will help you feel better. It will make your body feel more flexible, and then you should definitely give that a try.
Yeah.
So, on that note, we will end our today's session. Thank you so much, everybody who's tuned in. And I think the questions were amazing as well. So, thank you guys for asking such amazing questions. And I have absolutely loved this discussion with you, Naina. I hope to
Thank
have
you.
more such conversations with you in the future.
Yeah. Thank you
And
so
on
much
that
for having
note,
me
yes,
here.
thank you. It's been my pleasure. Bye
Yeah.
bye, everybody.
Bye.
And please make sure that you participate in our challenge. If you enjoyed watching, please like and subscribe.